I had an unexpected visitor at the open house at the Fine Arts Building last week. It was a Shannon lookalike. She said, "You're not going to tell me that I look like that new pastor, are you?" I said, "You don't just look like someone I know. You look like the person I like least on the entire planet." She said, "I get that all the time." Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. At Sunday Coffee Hour, we talk about everything and nothing. Last week, we talked about skydiving, painting a portrait, and being a victim. The readings at Washington National Cathedral were from Acts about the temple to the unknown God, and from Peter. The world can't know truth through worldly ways because only God is the truth. The gospel reading was about how if you love me, you will love one another. The sermon at Washington National Cathedral was by Dana about how we're all really, really good at othering people. She gave the border crisis as an example. In the process, she referred to the coyotes. I love Dana, but this was an amusing use of acronyms and colloquialisms, which always seem to other things and set up a barrier between us and understanding because you need to be in the know to get it. At St. James, Pastor Christopher Griffin said, they're always fine here at St. James. He pointed out that you can have a good year, even in a bad year, and that endings can be very anxiety producing, but that we're never alone, even in an ending. He said the second coming could be seen as an ending and a beginning in the Holy Spirit because it's always with us. At Riverside Church in Rockford, the sermon was about how everyone has the right to build their house where they want to, but you have to experience the consequences of where you build your foundation. It can be on rock or it can be on sinking sand. We can't leverage the values of those who build their homes on solid rock against those who build theirs on sand because we're all the builders of our own lives. Last week, I happened to listen to Shannon's recent sermon, and in the sermon, I got the picture that she thinks she really fixed Fourth. She said Fourth is a much more welcoming place now. She said old people left and new people came. She said that in the process, she learned that the congregation is it's just way more diverse politically than you might think. And she said that we would just have to take her word for that. Thanks. Thanks, Shannon. The joke really is on Shannon because the congregation at Fourth, it was a real piece of work. That is for sure. And yes, we did need a lot of work. But she never saw us for who we were, for good or for bad. I don't think she really saw anything good in most of us. But what's even more insulting is that she never really saw how truly bad and messed up we really were. And that's the part that truly amazes. In the Book of Order, it says that you need to speak in a voice that resonates with the congregation. It doesn't say to be welcoming and inclusive at all costs, but that's what Shannon did. She's been preaching that for 9 years. It's like a truth sandwich. It might be 97% true, but probably got 3% falsehoods in there. It all sounds good, but it's always the falsehoods that trip you up. John Boyle once said, whenever we try to be inclusive, someone's always going to be excluded. Having the never ending alphabet letter list of LGBTQ inclusion it's not welcoming because if you're not on the list, well, then I guess you're out of luck. Plus, being a non-racist church is just a euphemism for Judeo-Christian values, which most of us are going to cling to till the day we die. Shannon is skipping off now into the sunset while the rest of us have to live with all the collateral damage. Someone asked me again if I'll be coming back to Fourth Pres. I said I can never come back because I committed the unpardonable sin of saying something and dissenting. She said, "Well, you knew what the place was all about. Why did you say anything? You should have just kept your mouth shut and then you could have stayed there." That's a good question. Why did I say anything? There is a difference between being welcoming and being welcome. And there's a difference between being fixed and being healed. We all want to see what we want to see and hear what we want to hear. In a world of lookalikes, one of these things doesn't look like the other, and one of these things is truly not the same. We all want to be welcome, but there's nothing welcoming about not being seen, for good or for bad. The world can't see truth, so sometimes we just need to say hello, and sometimes we just need to say goodbye. If you would like to join us at Sunday Coffee Hour is every Sunday at 12 noon Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.